mysterious story.
It is believed that your neighbor always keeps an eye on you. And maybe they're keeping an eye on your back as well as your every move. Number 14. It appears that Dominic Mancuso has been embroiled in a feud with his neighbors over something he has no idea about. All he is aware of is that his neighbors seem to be obsessed with keeping an eye on him and causing him to be as uncomfortable as possible. And it seems to be all part of a 6-part series that will be released over the course of several months. Their actions make very little sense. When Dominic finally gets fed up and comes face to face with his neighbors, this appears to be all they have to say. Dominic's neighbor's strange laughter is both creepy and unsettling. His neighbor sneaks under the fence and continues to bother him in strange new ways later on. Dominic still has no idea what his neighbors want in front of him by the end of it, and to be honest, neither do I. Number 13. Outside, a YouTuber installs a home security camera and captures his very own neighbor rummaging through his cabinets and refrigerator. After taking a number of canned drinks and other items, the man stays in and goes out of the house in less than 2 minutes. As seen in these still frames, the neighbor enters through a window and walks around the house as if they own it. It's not only sad but also frightening to think that this YouTuber's own neighbor was looking forward to him going out of there every day in order to make good use of him. According to the video's demonstration, sometimes the people closest to you are the least deserving of your trust. Number 12. Tobias Project, a YouTuber, examines his home security camera and is shocked to see his neighbor who is climbing his stairs to go up the roof. Take note of how he comes to a halt at the top of the stairs to ensure that there is not anyone at home. He's clearly aware that he doesn't belong, and he looks inside the window for a long time before calling 3 friends, one of whom is bringing a case of glass bottle beverages. Despite the fact that I don't know what they were doing here when Tobias Project came face to face with them, they appear to tell him they were working on a movie. Because I didn't discover any camera equipment, I suspect that's the case. Please share with me if you believe they were looking for his place or simply attempting to party. Number 11. Deji, a YouTuber, has a gruesome new neighbor who has been behaving strangely since they moved in not long ago. Even though the neighbor has a private gated entrance, she sneaks over his wall and greets him as if this were normal behavior.
Are you actually for real?
I mean, this needs to stop.
Despite the fact that she mentions wanting to see his dog, Deji suddenly intervenes to correct his neighbor. Because I'm not sure what she speaks at the end while getting in touch with him, please share with me if you can figure it out.
Yeah, cool, yeah, cool. Go back the way you can.
Deji?
No. Go back the way you can.
Generally speaking, it's difficult to tell whether she is socially sensitive or mentally unstable at times. Deji, in any case, sends the neighbor climbing back over his wall. Despite the fact that I believe he managed the situation appropriately, please tell me what you think. Number 10. Mondo Rene, a YouTuber, is out walking his dog when he notices a neighbor with whom he does not have a harmonious relationship. When a neighbor drags in far too close, he is bemoaning about the entire neighborhood.
Look at this. The f*** is your f***ing problem? I'm calling the f*** you.
After that, they really drove into the garage door where Mondo Rene was getting up and then did a 3-point turn. Despite the fact that they were definitely attempting to scare him, I am not sure for over what. The problem is that if they hadn't stepped out of the way, they could have easily hit Mondo and his dog. Number 9. According to Brie Estadillo, a YouTuber, a security camera was installed specifically for this problem neighbor by her. According to Brie, the man goes to her house and begins watching her through the window. Despite the fact that I don't know if this is true, it's odd that he gets up on her front door for more than a minute without knocking. Brie claims he seems to get in touch by his eyes with her through the window before knocking in a distraught way to conceal his actions. And he claims he is in need of using her backyard to access a breaker box that they both share. The only problem is that because there is an easier way to get to the breaker box that does not involve walking through her backyard in the dark, this could be a made-up excuse. According to her, he seems to have previously taken pictures of her through the window, and I feel that it is quite odd that he pulls out his phone just before he is found. Please share with me what you think of this situation and how much riskiness you think Bree was at based on this video. Number 8. Wanderluststuff, a YouTuber, is cutting down grass with a machine in front of his yard when his neighbor walks out with a camera and begins filming him through the fence. Wanderluststuff eventually appears to reach over the fence and silently acknowledge his neighbor's weird behavior. The neighbor returns to his house, and the confrontation escalates.
I told you before, I don't want you taking pictures over my fence. It's irritating. I have a daughter. I don't know what your intentions are. I have a daughter. I have a wife. I don't want you taking pictures of the fence.
Because there doesn't appear to be any cause for his neighbor to be recording Wanderluststuff while he cuts down his lawn, I agree that this is spine-chilling. In addition, he would fly his drone into people's backyards until the whole neighborhood forced him to come to an end according to the description. I am sure that this neighbor's actions are strange, and they appear to be unrelated. Number 7. When the winds begin to pick up speed, a YouTuber named Seafields33 is filming a bad storm in Gray, Tennessee.
Whoa.
Within 30 seconds, the wind is making a howling sound in his ears, and something disastrous pops up in front of his very eyes. There seems to be a tornado forming in his front yard and suddenly moving between his and his neighbor's houses. The tornado's possibilities of passing between the houses rather than straight through them both are extremely remote. According to the description, because the tornado knocked down 3 trees and flipped an RV, Seafields33 and his neighbor ought to consider themselves extremely fortunate. The tornado was clearly powerful enough to carry the YouTuber away, therefore it's a good thing he entered the house just in time. Number 6. SuperFelix99, a YouTuber, records yet another day of weird behavior from his neighbors across the street. This type of yelling appears to be common. The majority of the comments on the video agree that this can be the result of being on something, despite the fact that others claim it is clearly a demonic possession. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on what this could be based on what you've just seen. Number 5. It's a bright blue day when the Hovermatic, a YouTuber, makes up his mind to fly his drone. He takes off into the sky and turns around to find his neighbor's house completely engulfed in flames. When firefighters race down the road, black smoke fills the air as they do their best to put out the fire. All I am able to see from this aerial view is an outdoor playset with slides and a swing, indicating that this is a family with children. Number 4. Concerned Citizen, a YouTuber, created this channel to reveal the true nature of his creepy neighbor, whom he says to have caught staring at his wife and other family members late at night. The neighbor can be seen staring at the house and briefly shining his high-powered flashlight through a window before walking away. I can't come up with any other reason for him to be doing this than to observe the activities of the people inside, which is both strange and frightening. It seems that he repeats this behavior in a series of videos, catching a fleeting glimpse of a family member before keeping off back to his home. The police claim that there is no law prohibiting him from doing so because he is simply observing the home from his own property. I hope that he remains in his yard and doesn't get the idea to pay close attention to here one night. Number 3. MMW Neighbor, a YouTuber, seems to have a large difficulty just 1 yard over. There is an oversized neighborhood pit bull that has frequently slammed itself against the fence, causing it to crack and weaken. With each hit, at the moment, the wood makes crooked dramatically. What's amazing is that the dog is acting in this manner completely unprompted. It appears that all the YouTuber has to do is go outside for this to begin taking place.
Nothing. Not even antagonizing this dog.
I hope that the deliberately cruel dog will never overcome. If it does, I suspect that his camera will be able to save his life. Number 2. Christine Cruel, a YouTuber, believes a child in the neighborhood is singling out her. Despite the fact that the child is definitely looking at her with concern.
Go ahead. Keep staring at me.
When the video progresses, it becomes clear that he may simply want to know why she is filming him. When the video progresses, it becomes difficult to tell who is watching who. Perhaps he's behaving strangely, or perhaps she's being overly paranoid. And I will say that the child does not appear to be particularly frightening.
Keep looking in. 2 minutes of it now.
At the same time, if he is getting up alone in front of her window without moving, I agree he is acting strangely. Because I'm not sure if he's just hanging out with friends or not, we may never have an idea for sure. Number 1. Every day, a neighbor challenges this YouTuber to arrive outside of his apartment to find a solution to an imaginary score. To be perfectly clear, these people have never met before. This doesn't prevent her from disturbing him almost every day outside his door. Occasionally, it appears as if she is imagining an answer from him. Take, for example, this section. I believe something is heard in her head by her, and she says to him to try it, and then listens to a response that never took place.
Try it.
Despite the fact that the oddest thing about the videos may be that they are dated throughout November and December, she appears to always be putting on the same outfit. Maybe she is past the point of maintaining basic hygiene habits and requires to be taken to a safe place where she can be taken care of. In the meantime, I wish that she will receive the assistance she requires. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every day. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of my other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.